afternoon, everybody. I really hope you're well. Happy Monday, everyone. So I've done a health talk this week about the menopause and its effect on sleep. We are currently kind of midway through our 14-day Sleep Better program, which I've worked with some of you on coincide of your VIP membership. So you know that I like to give you added extras for being one of my VIP members, and we have done a 14-day Sleep Better program which we started last Monday, so we've got a whole nother week of it, and I'm running that through the WhatsApp group. So if you are in that WhatsApp group, you've been getting my daily coaching, and you can join that WhatsApp group anytime you want to. Obviously, when the 14-day finish, I'll be using the WhatsApp group just as my general coaching, as I normally do every day in our group. But I wanted to do a talk really kind of elaborating and deep diving a little bit further into the information I was giving last week. A lot of you that are doing the 14-day Sleep Better program are wanting to sleep better because you are waking up in the middle of the night and then you're not being able to get back to sleep. And you are also waking up in the middle of the night and going through hot sweats, you know, your night sweats. And a lot of this is because of some of the side effects from going through the menopause, whether you're perimenopausal or you're actually going through the menopause currently at the moment. And what I wanted to do was just give you a little bit more information on that, and answer any of your questions that you might have, so that you understand really what's going on, why it's happening, and then you can then hopefully make some good choices into trying to help to prevent that from happening, or reducing the side effects for it, so that you can then start to get back to sleep better, or you're not the severity of the night sweats that you might be experiencing. So first of all, you know, disruption of sleep habits is often like a number one complaint for women who are either perimenopausal or going through the menopause. And kind of most people might think, well, why does sleep matter? What can be done about it? Your sleep is so vital. It's so important at any age that you are, whether or not you are a child or whether or not you are in your very later years of your life. It's the way that your body heals. It's the way that your body recovers. And a couple of different things happen while you are asleep. The first thing is it boosts your brain power. Now, when you are perimenopausal or you know, and going through the menopause, many women experience brain fog, and you're struggling with regards to your concentration, you're struggling with regards to thinking clearly, remembering what you were saying, remembering what you were doing. Getting at least 7 to 8 hours sleep allows your brain cells to recognize and organize what's going on within your mind, and it helps to get rid of toxic waste that builds up in the day. Just like that your muscles can hold on to toxic waste through lactic acid when you exercise, your brain gets built up with toxic waste as well. So it allows your brain to work well when you wake up. Sleep also helps your thinking skills. It helps you stay sharp and ready for action, learning new information so that you can go through problem solving, your creativity, your decision making, focusing, being able to concentrate, all are boosted when you get good quality sleep. It also helps your brain to stabilize and regulate your emotions. And we spoke about this last week in the WhatsApp group. How many of you experience poor emotions and overreacting to situations when you've had a poor night's sleep the night before? The next day, you seem to be much more emotional, much more on edge, much more ratty with regards to, you know, flying off the handle for the littlest things. And then you feel terrible for that, because it's like, actually, that's not normally what you do. But the fact that you'd had a rubbish night's sleep the night before is causing that to happen. And that's because when you sleep and you get that good sleep, your brain is helping to stabilize those emotions. I spoke about it before when I've done sleep talks, but you improve your immunity when you sleep. Poor sleep makes your body more susceptible to germs, to bugs. And at this time of the year, that's the last thing that you need. So essentially, what that can lead to is then obviously ongoing health problems. It also lead to changing the health of your heart. Lack of sleep is associated with risk factors with regards to heart disease, such as high blood pressure, raised cortisol levels, weight gain, becoming insulin resistance, which I've spoke about before, all of which could lead to type 2 diabetes and putting extra strain on your arteries and your heart. So getting that good night's sleep, not just for your brain power, but also, you need to think about you, especially if heart disease runs in your family, especially if you've got quite a high stressed job, or you suffer with stress quite badly. One thing I've spoke about before, and we did this when we did the Fit Female project, is it controls your hunger hormones. So sleep affects your weight by controlling your hunger hormones, which are ghrelin and leptin. Now, ghrelin makes you feel hungry, and leptin lets your brain make sure it understands when you're full. So a lack of sleep raises levels of ghrelin, so you feel more hungry, and it reduces your leptin so that you don't know when you are full. Obviously, then that imbalance in those hormones makes you then feel hungry more, and you're probably going to overeat over time and gain weight. So many women who are going through the menopause will often put their weight gain down to their hormones, and they will associate that maybe with just, reducing estrogen, reducing testosterone, reducing progesterone, but actually it's also affecting these hunger hormones as well, that they're imbalanced so that you end up feeling hungry more, overeating, and not knowing when you're full. So again, that can be, a bit of a culprit there. So essentially, we need to understand, why does this happen? Why is there a change, in your sleep when you're going through the menopause? Sorry, I just got to let Bentley out. So some women find it really difficult to fall asleep when they go to bed, and others struggle to stay asleep for long periods of time. They'll wake frequently throughout the night, and essentially never feeling like they've gone into this kind of deep sleep. Some women find that they wake up way too early in the morning, and then they can't drift off back to sleep. Maybe they're waking up at, say, 4 in the morning. They don't really need to get up till 7, but those hours then they're just laying awake. Why does that happen? What's that all about? I've talked about it, the 3 a.m. Wide Awake Club, before. Well, obviously, you've talked about the change in hormones with your hunger, but there is a decline in 3 very, very important hormones. The hormones estrogen and testosterone both play an important role with regards to their effect on your brain, including helping the quality and the duration of your sleep. So low estrogen levels can lead to sleep problems because they cause fatigue. You've got a difficulty in concentrating, you've got headaches, you've got weight gain, you've got mood changes, and a lack of sleep can further exacerbate those symptoms. The hormone progesterone is also incredibly important. This can be beneficial for sleep too, because it also increases the production of GABA. Okay, so GABA is another chemical in your brain, and it helps you sleep. You may have heard about different things, if you've listened to podcasts about going through the menopause, and the fact that essentially, we want to kind of balance our GABA. We don't want that to kind of come out of whack in any way, shape, or form. Progesterone also, it improves your relaxation and your mood. So if you have a drop in progesterone, all of a sudden we can experience, symptoms like anxiety and restlessness and trouble sleeping. And it is that's kind of the culprit of the tendency to wake up a little bit more frequent. So one thing that you might want to discuss with your GP or with your women's health practitioner is about taking some sort of progesterone. If you know that you are over the age of 45 and, you are struggling with regards to anxiety, depression, restfulness, trouble sleeping, trouble with your mood, speak to them about maybe increasing the amount of progesterone that you've got by taking that as an additional supplementation. Now, some women have certain HRTs that is progesterone dominant, or also, it might be solely progesterone that you're taking. So have a word with them and see whether or not there's anything that they can actually give you that might be able to help that. Lots of women go on the progesterone only pill, and then when they reach a certain age, they're being told to come off that pill. They don't need to go on that pill anymore. You're essentially perimenopausal or menopausal. You don't need to be taking the pill, or you might be advised to come off of it. But of course, then that reduction in progesterone can then cause all of these side effects as well. So thinking about, obviously, good sleep, essential for your health. It can maximize everything, the part and parcel of all of those things with regards to keeping you healthy, keeping you happy, keeping your mood good, keeping, you feeling that sense of well-being. But you might be trying to maximize as much as possible the amount of much needed downtime that you need, and let your brain work its magic while you sleep. But there might just be some things that it's just not able to do. You might not be able to increase those sleep because of your hormones jumping around. So you might have done all of the controllables, switching the phone off, getting rid of that blue light an hour before bed, no TV an hour before bed, reducing your caffeine, reducing your alcohol, creating your dark space room, creating that kind of sleep slumber state that you could go into. And you might need a little bit of additional help. So with regards to that, that's where you may need to speak, like I said, to your health practitioner. Improving the levels and the balance of hormones like estrogen and progesterone, and if needed, testosterone, but a lot of women don't need testosterone, helps women sleep better, because HRT deals with the hormonal cause of the insomnia and reduces the symptoms that might wake you up, like your night sweats and your stress and your anxiety, and the fact that you need to frequently wee all the time as well. Some women also notice that they can fall asleep quicker and wake up during the night far fewer times when they actually are on the right dose of their HRT. Many women take a micronized progesterone, and that progesterone part of their HRT is a natural sedative, and it usually is taken nighttime, early in the day. So then again, off to sleep. Obviously, don't take that too earlier in the day, otherwise you're going to start feeling drowsy. But some women can't take HRT, or you might want to think about, additional things that you could take as well, additional supplementation. And I've spoke about magnesium many times, and the importance of it, and the fact that we just can't get enough of it, in our diet. So magnesium is a very important mineral, found in all your tissues. It's especially in your bones, your muscles, and in your brain. And it activates your parasympathetic nervous system. So that's the system that's responsible for getting you calm, relaxed, preparing your body for sleep. And it also regulates the hormone melatonin, which helps, guide your sleep-wake cycles. In the WhatsApp group, I spoke about your 90-minute cycles that you go through, where you're going through kind of like light sleep, then your deep sleep, and then your REM sleep, and how long that takes. And those cycles then keep going sort of every 90 minutes. Your melatonin helps that sleep cycle. So if you can get yourself a very good quality magnesium, and I highly recommend PRP supplements because it is one of the best magnesiums that is out there, with a vitamin B, that can massively help your sleep. But you don't want to take that too earlier in the day because that's going to make you feel drowsy. You want that just literally, I think the PRP one is 3 tablets half an hour before bed. So bringing that in, that could be a game changer, and it has been a game changer for many women as well. So increasing the amount of magnesium that you're taking from a supplement. And also with that, drinking alcohol and coffee and experiencing stress, you need to be aware of the fact that they actually reduce your body's ability to absorb magnesium. So if you're taking additional magnesium, be careful on how much coffee, how much alcohol you're drinking, and how much stress you're under, because it could be preventing you from actually absorbing that from there. Reducing your amount of caffeine and reducing your amount of alcohol will help your sleep as well. It will also reduce those side effects that you might be experiencing, like your night sweats and your hot flashes. So if you're waking up in the night and you're raging hot and you're absolutely sweating and that's keeping you awake, think about reducing the amount of stimulants that you're having, because that's going to reduce those side effects. The hotter your body is, and the increased core temperature that's happening either because of exercising late in the evening, late, getting really hot and sweaty. I'm not talking about yoga or Pilates or stretch. I'm talking about, high intensity impact cardio or HIIT training. Reducing the amount of alcohol, reducing the amount of caffeine, these stimulants all increase your core temperature and increase those side effects of having a night sweat. And if you can decrease the amount of hot, spicy food that you're having, especially at the end of the day, so for your last meal, that's going to reduce the severity of those night sweats as well. So if we can manage those night sweats, you might find that actually you're not waking up during the night as much, and that you are able to then get back to sleep. Trying to create yourself a cool room. Obviously, you don't want to be freezing cold, but a cool room. So, if possible, leaving the window open ajar so that you're getting natural air coming in, making that room as dark as possible. Maybe you need to have a cool pillow or a cool blanket that you can put over or that you can lay on, so that again, that's going to help. Not having your radiator on max, making sure the room's nice and cool. And your other half will appreciate that as well, because it's not great for them either to be sleeping in a room that's very hot if you've got someone else who's sleeping beside you. You want that room nice and cool. It will help both. Sorry, gang, that just literally, my video just turned off then. I'm not quite sure why that happened. Sorry. So yeah, you can find that will massively help as well. But the understanding the fact that the change in your hormones can change how you fall asleep, essentially how long you stay asleep for, but also recognizing that, it's a little bit like a hamster wheel, because the reduction of your estrogen and your progesterone can affect your sleep. Then the fact that you're not having great sleep will affect your ghrelin and your leptin. So it's something that 100% needs to be thought about. It needs to be managed. You need to think about controlling all the controllables. And you need to think about then speaking to your health practitioner, your GP, your menopause doctor, to be able to give you the right advice for you to be able to help you, because no person should be, struggling with regards to their sleep. We should be able to sleep essentially when we want to sleep, not falling asleep in the day and getting that good quality sleep. And there's lots and lots of information out there, and there's lots of things that you can take, additional supplementation that might be able to help you, but it needs to be specific to you. So make sure you do speak to those people. Gang, I really hope that's helped. I hope that's reiterated that information that I've been putting in the WhatsApp group as well. Please let me know if you've got any questions about anything I've said. Otherwise, I'll be doing my daily voice notes, and we're going to be really focusing this week also about how to stop the mid-afternoon slump and stay with that energy nice and high throughout the day. So let me know if there's any questions. Otherwise, thanks so much for joining me, and I'll look forward to seeing you on a live or a catch up real soon.